0, 1.
Let's get started.
Why they stopping me?
Bye, crypto bro.
What up, crypto peeps? It's that guy again, Ball Deep Crypto, coming at you with a little Stronghold SHX piece. So let's get into it. As you can see here, Strong SHX. Follow him on Twitter. Shout out to him. He's all about that SHX. Talking about how the fintech SHX keeps expanding and is now set to appear at XRPSEOUL2025, Asia's largest XRP and Web3 conference. As you know from my previous video, there's a Stronghold Japan. Now they've actually officially got a Stronghold Korea X page. So it looks like Stronghold SHX, Tammy Camp, Sean Bennett are diving into that Asian market. Good to see. Big things to come out of this. Obviously, Korea known for its technology and industry. So if they're front running on this or interested in SHX, maybe we should be too. Again, I'll reiterate, I'll say, like I always say, not financial advice. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. I am just somebody with a computer talking about crypto. So now that we have that established, let's get into some more of this. Tammy Camp, obviously CEO, will be on the stage for the Future of Digital Assets Treasury panel, where she'll be a discussion on liquidity management and stablecoins at an institutional scale. Now, as you know, they just also did a partnership with Uphold, where they're for institutional partners and high value customers. So SHX, they're always been about moving in silence. I don't think they care about retail. Not that they don't care about retail. I do believe they want financial inclusion for everybody, but their main focus is, and it has and probably always will be, towards the institutional side of things, which is good things for us. If you're in it early, then you are in on an institutional coin potentially. So shout out to you. Shout out to whoever's in it to win it, like myself. SHX to the moon. Let's go. All right. Obviously, some big names at the conference are going to be Ripple, which is XRP. You've got Binance there, Deloitte, Pantera, which we also know is aligned with BlackRock, which is also aligned with Velo in the Asian market. So shout out to Velo. Worry Bank, obviously, big shout out to them. Certic, Buy Economy, and many more. So obviously, as he says, Stronghold be swimming with the big sharks, along with shaping the future of crypto and digital finance. So as you can see here, here's their shout out to Stronghold Pay, their official website, talking about it being a sponsor there at the KBW official, obviously as a guest speaker. So here we go. Let's see. Now, you know me, I got to go over here and say, wait a minute. What's Stronghold's expansion into Korea, and what's SHX's usage potentially into it? As we saw, Worry Bank's already in there. So Stronghold is a U.S.-based fintech company, obviously, as you know, has recently expanded into Korea, also into Japan. Now, who will use SHX in Korea? Potential users include Korean financial institutions, banks, fintech companies, and enterprises focused on digital payments, cross-border transactions, and asset management. Talking about how, obviously, Tammy Camp will be talking, which we talked about, and the people that are going to be there. Now, Korea's emphasis on blockchain, electric vehicles, and smart cities, IoT, and DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure network, aligns with SHX's utility for secure machine-to-machine M2M transactions. Now, the role of the ISO 20022 compliant, which we know they own ISO 222 labs. They are compliant, so they are also ISO 222 compliant, which actually is November the 22nd. Actually, I was reading up on that after the fact. I keep saying the 17th, but either way, a few days off at November this year, which is coming sooner than later. 80% of the world's, 87% of the world money is going to be moving through ISO 222 compliance, so that's a big deal. It's a critical factor for SHX's adoption in Korea. Now it says here, to advance, they like I said, they bought the 222 labs in 2024 to advance the standard for financial messaging, enabling seamless integration with global banking systems. So Korea facilitates interoperability with local banks and regulatory frameworks as the country monitors digital asset environments for institutional growth. ISO 222 ensures SHX can handle compliant messaging across networks like RippleNet and Stellar. All in one, they can do everything. They're not just stuck to Stellar XLM. They can also go to RippleNet. Beautiful thing. SHX is a beautiful thing. I'm so happy I found this. Honestly, found it through Red Pill Pro. Shout out to him. Good guy. Missed his videos. Haven't seen one in a minute. But anyways, that's, kind of put me onto it. Kind of made me dig into it. It's like anything. I tell my son, if I'm here talking about it, I'm giving you what I'm giving you. You should always take what somebody gives you, look the other way just for full disclosure, and then formulate an opinion in the middle, whether you agree with what's being said or you agree with the other side. At least you have information, and information and knowledge is power. It's one thing we can all gain. I wish I had more knowledge. I'm not that smart. I try to be as smart as I can be, but all of us, we all think we're know-it-alls. I get it, you know what I mean? We all got to be the alpha. We all got to be the know-it-all. I try to learn as much as I can, and then I'm a know-it-all. Probably wrong most of the time, but you know what? We're stubborn, right? We're people by nature. Most of us are hard-headed. So anyways, always take information, find out the other side of it, form your own opinion. Don't be a sheep. Be a real person, be knowledgeable, and have an argument or at least a stance in it where you can have a discourse. Now, the potential for RWA tokenization, real estate, ACH, and related sectors. Obviously, I want to know about this. So, Korea's crypto enthusiasm, evidenced by XRP being the second most held asset on BitHub, creates fertile ground for SHX and real-world asset tokenization, yada yada. Now, SHX for RWA tokenization could support tokenizing assets like real estate, like obviously what they're doing in Japan, they're talking about doing, or potentially in the other video I talked about, or securities. Leveraging Stronghold's infrastructure for stablecoin conversions, RLUSD or USDC, and compliance. Now, Korean projects like UBXS on BNB demonstrate demand for real estate tokenization platforms where users buy properties with tokens. SHX's low-cost settlements could integrate similarity. Potential utilizers include banks like Worry Bank, which is also going to be at the conference, or fintechs at KBW, who's hosting the event, focusing on institutional scale RWAs. So as you can see, we got Worry Bank, who's also at the conference. We got KBW, potential there. This could be it's a big networking thing. So lots of potential here. Lots of potential for what could be happening. As we said, obviously previously, SHX kind of is a one-stop hub. They've got the beautiful thing of working on both the XRP platform, the XLM platform. It's cheap, it's low cost, it's energy efficient, it's ISO 222 compliant. It really just handles a lot, you know what I mean? So it really could be the future of crypto, as far as I'm concerned. I love SHX. I believe it does a lot of things. Obviously, with ACH, I've spoken about it before with Nacha and their partnership with ACH. They process up to $80 trillion, extend to Korea through cross-border capabilities. Korean companies could use SHX for B2B escrow, merchant rewards, and programmable payments, especially in high-volume sectors like e-commerce and remittances. So there you go. Obviously, companies, institutions who they're working with through Uphold could do that. Now, it talks about potential yearly amounts and growth. Obviously, I asked this question. Korea's crypto trading hit $663 billion year-to-date, often exceeding stock markets. If SHX captures even 1 to 2% via payments or RWAs, it could process billions annually. Stronghold's Nacha ties suggest access to trillions in ACH flows, with Korea's cross-border needs adding 10 to 50 billion potentially yearly for SHX settled transactions. Beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Now, you've also got Stronghold's Asian expansion from Japan now to Korea. It signals a 2 to 5x growth in user base and liquidity. You know, I don't care about the prices, but you know, community metrics is 31,000 X followers, 16,000 Discord members, and 25,000 plus in SHX rewards distributed. With 764 new trust lines and 420 funded accounts in recent days, adoption could accelerate 50 to 100% yearly in Korea, driven by events and regulatory progress. So I'd like to see that increase in adoption, increase of usage, potential all the way around. Now, how it all applies to SHX in Korea, it says SHX is integral to Stronghold's Korean operations as a native token fueling Stronghold Net. It powers DeFi rewards, liquidity pools, governance, and settlements, ensuring low fees and incentives for users. Now, in Korea, this applies to bridging TradeFi via ISO 20022 and ACH with crypto, enabling RWAs, real estate tokenization, and treasury tools amid high altcoin adoption. Expansion boosts SHX's visibility with locked token supply, enhancing scarcity and stability. Overall, Korea's regulatory monitoring and event participation position SHX for institutional scale growth, potentially transforming it into a core utility for Asia's digital economy. And that obviously is the goal. So shout out to that. Shout out to Stronghold. I hope this conference goes well. And I'm gonna type up this. About Worry Bank. So obviously they're a partner there. I'm gonna type it into Gronk real quick and see what he says. Sorry about this. Oh wow, just says Worry Bank, one of South Korea's largest commercial banks, has been actively expanding. Well, thanks for that. So anyways, we're going to end it on that note. Shout out to Stronghold. I'll try and do another one. This was short and sweet. It was probably still kind of long for a short one, but shout out to you guys. Have a good day. It's, again, 5:45 in the morning. I got to work, so I'm about to head to bed. So thank you for your time. I hope you have a blessed, great day. And remember, chase a check, never chase a bit.